conclude, Deputy McGuinness.
And ask young Corla, I'm not surprised that Fine Gael is taking this attitude to the bill, because in previous administrations led by Fine Gael, you took the same attitude. In fact, you don't seem to want to progress an oversight authority in relation to the expenditure of taxpayers' money on the major projects, or indeed to achieve value for money, or indeed to accept some of the very valuable recommendations that are put by PAC to the various departments. There is a history of government departments simply stalling replies to the Public Accounts Committee and not implementing the recommendations that they make to get value for money. So I would say to you, Minister, that that's continued by way of what Minister O'Donoghue said this week, when I put the question to him at the Finance Committee that he should involve the CNAG. He said no, he couldn't. But the answer is he can. And the CNAG was involved. He did some reports and audits on various aspects of the Children's Hospital. I think it cost in the region of 38,000. And why wouldn't you reach to an internal arm of the state to ensure that you get value for money rather than give it to a company like PwC? So here we are now faced with the biggest scandal the country has seen in a long time, where the Children's Hospital has moved from 600 million right up as far as 1.7 billion, and it's still no one can guarantee us that it's going to stop there. It may go to 2 billion. Right in this House, where the works are being undertaken, we were told today at the Finance Committee that the cost is 15 million, that it's going to overrun. They were flagging it for us heavily today, the OPW, both the Chairman and the Minister, but they couldn't tell us how much it was going to overrun. So they have to claw back 3 million in the context of the money that's has to be recouped because of the Children's Hospital. They have to deal with an overspend in relation to the work on this House. And they couldn't tell us today what schemes or projects were going to be affected by it, except to say generally that the 3 million will be taken out of the flood relief schemes. Now, I just think that that's absolutely shocking, because you often appear before the Finance Committee. We have often questioned the methodology behind the procurement process. We have flagged, as Dara Calleary has said this evening, about the fact that it is working against the SMEs in this country. It is not giving them a fair shake. Have we not learned from Carillion? Have we not learned from all of the other issues that have dogged government over a long number of years in relation to overspend and poor value for money? And when we see it, and when it's articulated here in relation to what can be done for the future, the one single thing that you won't do for some reason is to increase the powers of the Comptroller and Auditor General. Yes, those powers should be increased to cover what's in this bill. They should be increased to cover the works, for example, and spend of Irish Water, which was promised. They should be considered, he should be considered in the context of the local government spend, which none of us here in this House can get to grips with, because it's at a long arm away from us in terms of the local government auditors. I have not seen a public debate on a report from the local government auditor, and you still resist the suggestion that they be included under the Comptroller and Auditor General. If you have confidence in that particular office, then accept this bill, accept the other suggestions that have been made, include local government, and send a clear signal to the taxpayer that we will no longer accept overruns and poor value for money. That our business here is what gets counted gets done. And if you live by that rule, as you would in a normal business, we might see far less of the carry-on here that we're experiencing now with the Children's Hospital, now with the Leinster House project, and the many other projects that go unscrutinised in this state. And I would say to the current chairman, Sean Fleming, to resist entirely the negative commentary from those that are on the ditch outside of this House that are questioning the role of the Public Accounts Committee. It is the foremost committee in this House. It should be defended by all parties to the last. The Comptroller and Auditor General's office should be skilled to the last, and we should be four square behind that office, four square behind the public, four square behind value for money. And let's put our foot down and stop it now. And yet, you sit there with your government and you ignore the genuine attempts that are being made to improve what is necessary to get value for money.